Alright, y'all, I was debating on doing this, but this part 4 of how the spiritual realm is real, and I'm living proof that it's dangerous, and if you fuck around, you gonna fuck around and find out. So where we left off was how after I stopped giving this entity offerings or whatever, it made my house flood and it caught my kitchen on fire, and how I had to dip up out of there for the safety of me and the kids. It was a whole bunch of other stuff that happened in between then, like my dog getting unalived and all kind of stuff like that. But let me just go ahead and fast forward to the spiritual warfare that happened after I left the house. So boom, we move in a new loft or whatever. I'm going to church, I'm getting delivered, I'm getting prayed for, you feel what I'm saying? I'm reading my Bible every day. I'm fasting to the point where it feel like I'm finna faint. I'm worshiping every day. I'm putting my hands to the sky. I'm praying for everybody, even my enemies. I'm repenting, even though I was still living in sin, still doing the same stuff that I'm repenting for. You know, I'm trying to stay in the presence of God, even though it's not by my own might, not by what I do, not by my own power, but you know what I'm saying, by the grace of God. So when I move inside the loft or whatever, it's nothing crazy going on spiritually. Everything just feel like it's been washed away. Every time I praise God, every time I worship, the atmosphere felt peaceful. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's all over. Boy, it was all wrong. After I moved into my loft or whatever, I end up having to go on a business trip out of state. Y'all, this is not out there. Once you dabble in something, it ain't over just because you called on Jesus. Yes, Jesus saves. The demons know your flesh is weak, so they gonna follow you, they gonna watch you and monitor you and everything to wait for you to slip up so they can have legal rights to keep on messing with you. And I ain't gonna lie, I was slipping up. So when I go on this business trip or whatever, I ended up paying a few bands to stay at this house for a few months because I wasn't finna pay no $300, $400 a day on hotel rooms. So after I paid for all that, I ended up catching a flight. I ended up landing at 10:30. Somebody I work with came to pick me up by 11 o'clock. Man, I'm fresh off the plane, my head hurting, my body hurting, my ears hurting, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't want to go do nothing but go to the house and go lay down. So we get to the house, it's a 7-bedroom house, and the people that own the house ain't there at the time. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? We got the house to ourselves, everything finna be peaceful, everything finna be cool for the time being. Y'all, when I get inside this house, I bull crap you not, the atmosphere felt so dark and so thick and so grimy. But I brushed it out because I'm tired. I'm ready to go lay down. Need I mind y'all, before I left, I had said a prayer. I had made a vow to God that I wasn't gonna play this certain game that I be playing no more. I wasn't gonna blacks no more. And I ain't doing no type of no more. Tell me why I get to the room that I'm supposed to be staying in. On the dresser, I see the game that I said I wasn't gonna play no more. I open one of the drawers to put my stuff in, and I see a pack of. And I open another drawer and I see some. So I started peeping that it was a tactic of the enemy to get me to go against what I had made a vow to God about. So I immediately start praying and worshiping, and I rebuke and ignore everything that's in there. So boom, I ended up taking a shower, and while I'm in the shower, I'm hearing footsteps outside the restroom door. I'm thinking it's one of the people I work with, you know what I'm saying? So I'm calling their name, ain't nobody answering. So I just jump out the shower to see who it is. Bro, it ain't nobody there. So I'm like, damn, here we go again. But I ain't tripping because, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got nothing to fear because God on my side. So I jump out the shower and I start praying. Y'all, I end up going to sleep in the middle of the night. Once again, 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, but this time I'm drenched in sweat. Y'all tell me why it felt like I was in the Sahara Desert or something. When I woke up, bro, it felt like it was 90 degrees in the house. I'm talking about burning up. So as I'm getting up to go look for the thermostat to turn the temperature down, I'm hearing footsteps in the closet inside of this room. It sounded like it was running back and forth out of the closet and back inside the closet. Like, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. So I'm like, bro, I gotta be tripping. So I go to the thermostat to turn the thermostat down. And y'all, it really was on 90 degrees. And around this time, it was summertime, so ain't no way it's 90 degrees inside this house and they got the thermostat on 90 degrees. So I turn the thermostat down, I go lay down, and I feel the thermostat turning back up to 90 degrees again because it's getting hot again and I'm sweating, I'm drenched in sweat. So I'm like, you know what, I ain't even gonna play with this. I'm just gonna lay down. If I go, I go. God protect me. You know what I'm saying? May Lord take my soul if I go. So boom, that morning I wake up and one of the people I work with came to my room and was like, bro, was you messing with the thermostat last night? Why was it so hot? I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm trying to figure out the same thing. So he was like, bump all that. Crazy stuff happened to me last night. I'm asking him, nigga, what happened? Cause I kept on hearing footsteps and I'm not knowing where they was coming from. Y'all tell me why. He say he had a dream that a black figure was watching him from the closet, and it ran up to the bed and started scratching him in the face like he was trying to take his soul, and it was laughing at him. He said it had red eyes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he said it ran out of the room and started running down the hallway. And he was like, bro, I ain't had no dream like that since I was like 6 years old. So I'm thinking in my head, damn, maybe that's what I was hearing last night. Anyways, there's more to this story. It's way, way, way more to this story. Wait till y'all hear how the people was acting and how these entities and spirits was manifesting through these people when they came home. Stay tuned for part 5 because I put this on Everything I Love. It's about to go down.
It came! It finally came! The big one.
Hi there. Are you tired of sweating through the summer heat? Wish there was an easy way to stay cool without breaking the bank? Well, I've got great news for you. Introducing the Breeze Box. The ultimate portable cooling solution is affordable, energy efficient, and can cool any room in just minutes. Plus, it's portable. You can take it anywhere, from your bedroom to your office and even on camping trips. No complication to set up. Just turn it on and feel the difference. But that's not all. BreezeBox also purifies and humidifies the air, making your space healthier and more comfortable. It's eco-friendly, super quiet, and has a long-lasting battery life of 10 hours. Rechargeable via USB. And here's the best part. For a limited time, first-time buyers can get BreezeBox at 50% off. That's only $49.99. But you need to act fast because there's only 290 units left, and its offer is available for the next 24 hours only. Just don't take my word for it. BreezeBox has an average rating of 4.8 stars from thousands of happy customers, and with our 30-day money-back guarantee, you can try it risk-free. So what are you waiting for? Beat the heat and grab your BreezeBox today. Visit getbreezebox.com now to take advantage of this incredible deal, for it's too late.
Y'all, this point 5 of how I'm living proof that the spiritual realm is real and dangerous, and if you go around, you gonna go around and find out. But where we left off was how I went on my business trip, and me and the person I was working with was staying at these folks' house, and the first night we staying there, a whole bunch of paranormal stuff was going on. Like that first night, I'm trying to go to sleep, and you know what I'm saying, the temperature keep on rising up to 90 degrees. Every time I get up and turn the thermostat down, it go all the way back up like somebody trying to cook us like Hot Pockets. Then I'm hearing footsteps running in and out the closet like it's a visible man auditioning for a tap dancing show. Then that morning, the person I was working with said he had a dream of a dark figure scratching at his face like he's trying to take his soul. And after he got up off of him, it ran down the hallway, which correlated to me hearing footsteps and stuff. So anyway, after we get through conversating about what happened that night, we driving to go handle our little business, and the person I'm working with gonna say, bro, I don't really feel comfortable at that house. Cause the woman that stayed there got a boo-boo attitude and always be in a bad mood. So I'm like, I don't care what kind of mood she be in. I gotta handle my business, and I done already paid to stay here, you know what I'm saying? I done went through the man of the house, so I ain't worried about no female. Respectfully. So later on that night, we end up making it back to the house, you know what I'm saying? Still nobody there. So we just sitting and chilling, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy going on. We just talking about the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Talking about God, talking about Jesus and stuff like that. Out of nowhere, he just say, bro, I'm finna go. And I'm like, bro, you just gonna leave me in this big empty haunted house by myself, my nigga? After all we done been through? Nigga, we brothers. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, this house had me kind of spooked, so I'm trying to convince him to stay. I'm like, when 2 or more people come together, we have strength in the body of Christ. We are warriors. We are conquerors. Man, they must have went in one end after the other. Cause he started walking out the door and he said, this is not my war. So you're gonna have to conquer this with you, Jesus, in the body of Christ. So I'm like, all right, bro, go on with your scary low faith having that. So y'all, this nigga done left me here with no call, no witnesses around, or something happened to me. So that whole night, I'm reading my Bible, I'm worshiping, I'm praying, I'm singing. I'm looking around corners, making sure I don't see nothing. Praise will confuse the enemy. Thank God nothing didn't happen that night. So the next morning I get up, I'm praising, I'm worshiping, you know what I'm saying? I make me a little smoothie to start my Daniel fast, because at this point, I'm hearing God's voice clear, so I'm trying to starve my flesh so I can hear God's voice even clearer, because now I'm seeing all the tactics of the enemy. So as I'm making my smoothie, I heard somebody screaming outside the house like, hey, man, come open this gate. So I look out the door and it's this grimy looking dude yelling with a car full of people look like they ready to take something. I ain't got no strap on me, ain't nobody here with me, all my jewelry in the house, I got about $30,000 in the house. So I'm like, hell no. So I called the owner of the house and I'm like, hey bro, it's a dude in the front yard like looking like he, you know what I'm saying, ready to take something. I don't know who this is, who that is. He like, man, this my partner, let him in. So I'm thinking, man, y'all didn't tell me all this is finna be going on. Dang, if I would've knew all this been going on, I would've stayed at home. So I end up opening the gate or whatever, and they jump out the car or whatnot. And it's this little woman that jump out the car with them, you know what I'm saying? She had like a big old chinchilla jacket on, you know what I'm saying, with some big old glasses, hair all over her head. She yelling and arguing and causing commotion. So I walk back in the house to drink my smoothie because I ain't finna let nothing stop me from this fast. And I ain't trying to be part of the circus. So they come in the house while I'm in the kitchen drinking my smoothie and whatnot. Old girl arguing with the dude that was at the gate yelling and stuff. I'm just in the kitchen quiet, minding my business like. So as I'm minding my business, I said a little quick prayer like, God, you know what I'm saying, get all the negativity away from me, get all the bad energy away from me in Jesus' name. I don't want to hurt none of that. When I said that, the dude was like, hey, we finna go get something to eat. You want something to eat, bro? I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I'm just drinking my smoothie, bro. I'm good. And he looked at me like, so I looked back at him like, so he said something like, what, you vegan or something? Cause they did say they was finna go get some seafood, so I'm assuming that he think I'm vegan and don't want no seafood. So I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just on a little diet right now, cause I don't want to tell nobody that I'm fasting, you know what I'm saying? That's just between me and God. So he like, you on a diet? You ain't even that big to be on a diet. So I'm looking at him like, nigga, you trying to size me up? That was that spirit of offense. But anyways, I brushed it off. They ended up leaving about 3 hours and coming back. And when they came back, I think I was reading my Bible or something. Cause when he came back, he was like, hey bro, you religious? You a Christian? I'm like, nah, I ain't religious and I ain't no Christian or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get closer to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Understand God, get to know God, and study my Bible. So he was like, already, this what's up, you know what I'm saying? What made you get into that? So I tell him the story about how I dabbled into witchcraft unknowingly and all the stuff that was going on in my house. And I showed him the video of the door moving and the voice that was talking. And he was like, boy, you know what that is? That's a water spirit. I'm like, a water spirit? Nigga, what is a water spirit? He say, you know how in the Bible, when God flooded the earth, you know what I'm saying, and killed all the giants, well, they spirits went to the ocean or whatnot, and you know what I'm saying, they spirits still roam the earth. And they got a kingdom in the oceans called the Marine Kingdom. He say, boy, you was dealing with a water spirit. They're one of the most powerful demonic spirits on earth. So I'm looking at him like, bro, how you know all this stuff? Because in my mind, I'm looking at him like, it's a hood nigga. He don't know nothing about no spirituality. He don't know nothing about God and demons and stuff like that. But that's why you don't judge a book by its cover. But anyways, he was like, I grew up in a Christian background, you know what I'm saying? My auntie is a pastor. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to church faithfully. And where I'm from, they do voodoo. But we call it woo. And somebody did woo on me before. I went to the woo lady to get the woo up off of me, and she gave me some beads, and the beads made me feel powerful until I took them off, and the woo lady called me and was like, you took them beads off, didn't you? And he said, the woo lady told him, okay, in a few days, it's gonna be a woman walk up to you and say, hey, don't you look familiar inside of a store? And I'm gonna show you how real this spirituality stuff is. He said a few days later, he was grocery shopping, and an old straggly woman walked up to him and say, hey, baby, don't I know you? And she walked off. When he tried to follow behind her because it clicked in his head what just happened, he said she disappeared. He said from that day on, he never wore them beads again. But stuff kept on happening to him. So I'm like, dang, bro, it sounds like you going through your own little spiritual warfare. So after that, me and him start getting real cool, you know what I'm saying? We waking up, we talking about God, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? We drinking our smoothies, we fasting, you know what I'm saying? We juicing, doing all kind of stuff, working out, everything. As we getting cool like spiritual brothers and kind of like building like a covenant with each other, you know what I'm saying, to bring each other closer to Christ, a rumor start going around the house that we was some booty bandits. Like we was on some fruity stuff or something. And by this time, the owner of the house that always be in a bad mood and being messy and all that kind of stuff, she back. And the girl that came with bro that had the chinchilla jacket and the glasses on that was doing all the arguing stuff ended up being cool with the owner of the house. And come to find out, they the ones going around spreading the rumor talking about we some booty bandits. But that's how the enemy start moving to separate a godly bond, you feel what I'm saying? But this ain't all to the story. I ain't even get to the paranormal part yet. I just had to fill y'all in on a rundown so y'all can know who is who and what is what and what's going on. And it's still about to go down because I got text messages to prove what was going on. Like how demons start attacking them and they start having dreams and everything. Like how me and old boy confirmed that he knew about the goblin inside of the closet before I even got to the house. How one of the girls got dunked on their head in they dream by the devil and woke up with a twig intertwined in her hair like somebody braided in her hair and calling me crying and stuff. Same person that was calling me a booty bandit. Alright, y'all, so this part 6 of how the spiritual realm is real, and I'm living proof that if you go around, you gon' go around and find out. Y'all, I'm getting tired of talking about this, so I'm gonna just go ahead and cut to the good parts. This is gonna be the last video on this topic. So where we left off was how these people came to the house that I was staying at and came in on some rah-rah, you know what I'm saying? Me and one of the dudes that came in on some rah-rah ended up getting cool. Come to find out, he done had some voodoo put on him before, so he was familiar with spiritual warfare. So he knew some stuff about the kind of spiritual warfare I was going through back at the crib. But anyway, we done ended up getting so cool that the female he came with and the female owner of the house started calling us zesty. I was looking at this like it was a tactic of the enemy to break up a godly bond. So boom, y'all. The female owner of the house never said we was zesty in our face. She always said it to the girl that was dating the dude I was cool with, which in turn made her come in and act in a certain type of way when me and him was around each other. Like she'll be saying, y'all spending too much time together, I think y'all got something going on, and throwing fits and just tweaking and, you know what I'm saying, not letting her just be cool, like, you know what I'm saying, vibing like niggas vibe. So old butt telling her, hey, watch how you coming at us when it got something to do with my name being brought up as something zesty. And stop calling this man zesty because the nigga got the right to beat you because you putting his name in something like that. But whole time they arguing, the person that started the rumor and planted this seed in this girl head, sitting back trying to play innocent, talking about some, can y'all please stop arguing? I don't want this going on in my house with my baby here and with my mama here. Whole time she the one starting the gossip and sowing discord amongst people, then to start pointing the finger at everybody else like they the problem. First of all, one of the abominations of God is gossip. Second of all, Satan is the author of confusion. And third of all, a false witness is a person that Satan uses to make other people come against the children of God so that they may be persecuted and outcasted without actual evidence. So basically, this girl was using witchcraft. She was a witch. But oh, it gets deeper than that. So while she having this animosity towards me and this friction going on with me, even though I ain't doing nothing, it's more people coming to the house. So now who in the house is an older dude that never leave his room. It's her mama, you know what I'm saying? And it's this maid, this creepy looking maid that's always walking around super quiet. So I end up getting cool with the mama because the mama be watching the baby and she look like she be needing some help. She look like she about 75 years old. We'll be talking and having good conversation, but then as soon as the owner of the house, which is her daughter, come around, she'll just be quiet and stop talking and acting like she don't like me. So then I end up getting cool with the maid or whatnot, like being nice to the maid because everybody kind of treating her like trash a little bit. I'm helping her clean the kitchen up, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to her. I'm cleaning my own room up so she ain't got to do that, you feel what I'm saying? And the owner like, you need to stop cleaning up for her. She got a job. Let her do her job. I'm just like, damn, bro, I'm just trying to, man, I just want to help out, bro. I'm in the mood to help. But then the owner of the house will start yelling and saying, y'all dirty. Y'all need to do this. Y'all don't clean up behind y'allself. Y'all don't do nothing. So I'm like, all right, bro, I ain't got time for all that, bro. I just start ignoring her, you know what I'm saying? So every morning to start my day, I'm waking up praising, I'm worshiping, I'm singing my songs, but I ain't even got the music loud because the music will echo through the house. But every morning she'll come by my room and be like, you too loud. Turn that down. We don't want to hear that. My baby sleep. And I'm like, bro, my music ain't even loud, bro. I ain't even playing the music loud. So I just used to ignore her, you feel what I'm saying? So one day I woke up, I decided to go get Bibles for the whole house, to go grocery shopping for the whole house, you know what I'm saying? Just to start my day off kind. The same day I brought these Bibles to the house, I ended up sleeping in the room where the coworker was like, hey, it was a dark figure scratching at my face. So when I sleep in this room, I end up having a dream about the rapture. I end up having a dream about dark figures taking people underground and all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I have a dream about 2 different earths coming from the sky. It was a beautiful earth and a fiery earth and stuff like that. So when I wake up, I end up telling bro about my dream, you know what I'm saying? And telling him like, bro, I think we need to get right and walk fully in Christ and leave a whole bunch of worldly stuff behind because I feel like it's some darkness on this way. I just had this dream. So he like, yeah, I feel you, coming into agreement, you know what I'm saying? While we just chopping it up, here come the girl that he dating just coming around being negative, just talking, just making all kind of slick little comments, you feel what I'm saying? So I brush it off. I'm like, man, it's just a tactic of the enemy. I ain't worried about that. So y'all mind y'all, I'm still on a business trip. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do down there that I can't do by myself. So I call my assistant and fly my assistant out to come and help me. So when my assistant come, all the rooms filled up, so they gotta sleep in the same room as me. We're in the same room that this dark figure was scratching at the other person I was working with face. But by the time my assistant get there, it's time for us to go to sleep. I sleep on a beanbag and I let them have a bed or whatnot. So for some reason, once again, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had this urge to walk inside the closet. But as I'm walking in the closet, I'm praying and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm worshiping and doing that kind of stuff, but I'm still kind of half asleep. So as I'm doing that, I heard my assistant wake up out their sleep, and they was saying, why you got that on? Why you look like that? Take that off. Take that off. I'm like, what? What you talking about? I ain't got nothing on. But they went back to sleep. But when they woke up that morning, they were like, bro, you was standing by the closet, and there was a figure standing behind you with horns and red eyes, and it had like a skeleton looking face, like a gargoyle or a goblin. And my assistant didn't know nothing about what was going on in his house or knew nothing about this room or nothing. So I'm like, oh my God, this stuff, this real. This bro wasn't lying. So after she tell me that, I go chop it up with old boy I get cool with. And I go tell him, I'm like, hey bro, it's something in his house, bro. Like it's some kind of dark entity in his house, or dark energy or evil spirits or something in his house, because my assistant just said they saw a goddamn on goblin in the closet. And he looked at me with buck eyes and was like, oh Shay, you for real? And I was like, yeah, bro. He was like, nigga, this how I know you're not lying. One of my little cousins stayed at this house and was saying he don't want to come back to the house no more because it's a goblin that keep on coming out the closet messing with him. Then he called his little cousin to confirm it and was like, hey, such and such, bro, what you keep on seeing when you come to this house and you sleep in that room? And the little cousin was only like 15. But anyway, he was like, man, I kept on seeing a goblin. Like every room I slept in, I kept on seeing this goblin. I kept on seeing this dark monster looking thing. Now me and him connecting the dots, and he like, bro, somebody doing something in this house. Somebody playing with woo, somebody playing with voodoo or something in this house, bro. I'm like, nigga, I don't know what the hell going on, but I'm just gonna keep on praying and stay here till my time is up, because I'm gonna get my money's worth off of this. So after that, I go back in the house, you know what I'm saying, and start talking to God. And I'm like, God, if that dream came from you, show me a sign that dream came from you, that dream was actually true about the rapture or whatever the case may be. And y'all, that night, I ended up going to sleep again and having another dream. This time, I have a dream about I'm getting real sick and I'm throwing up and stuff like that in the dream. And you know what I'm saying, my throat hurting to where I can't breathe and I can't talk. My body feel real weak in the dream. And when nobody helped me. So that morning I wake up and I call somebody. I'm like, dang, bro, I just had a dream that, you know what I'm saying, I got real sick and I was choking and it felt real. They were like, dang, that's crazy. So after we conversate, I end up doing my morning routine, you know what I'm saying, praising, worship, juicing, doing my smoothies and working out and stuff like that, right? But after I'm done doing all that, I get in the shower and next thing I know, my body feeling weak and it feel like I can't breathe no more. So I hurry up and get out the shower to lay down. And when I go lay down, I start fainting, I start passing out. So I ended up calling the doctor to, you know what I'm saying, get some nutrition in my body because maybe I'm dehydrated or something like that. So when the nurse come or whatnot, the owner of the house once again tweaking. And the nurse in the living room trying to get the IV in my arm, and a woman come from out her room screaming over the balcony talking about some, you need to go do that somewhere else. I don't want you doing that here. You need to go do that somewhere else. Go somewhere else and do that. I'm like, bro, she tweaking. She doing too much. So anyways, me and the nurse walk up to the room or whatnot, get the IVs in my arm, give me over nutritions. But after all that, I'm still feeling real sick or whatnot. So I was sick in that house for about 4 days. So after I heal up, y'all, I'm tired of telling this story. I'ma just say this, bro. The old man was burning sage inside the house, which was inviting demons. 2 girls that kept on calling me and bro Zesty, you know what I'm saying? They started going through their own little spiritual warfare. One of them slept inside this room and had a dream that the devil dunked on her head. And when she woke up from the dream, she had a twig wrapped inside her head and was texting me and calling me crying. Here go the text messages. Girl ended up actually getting dunked on her head in real life. The older woman started having dreams of demons and stuff like that trying to take the baby. Come to find out, the female owner of the house hung around people that did satanic rituals. I don't know if she was doing the rituals with them or not, but every night she came back home from wherever she was coming from, you know what I'm saying, she'd be tweaking and having bad energy and all this kind of stuff. Matter of fact, she was coming back in the morning time. She didn't even come back in the night. Anyways, I eventually leave, go back home. Still, most stuff happened, but it started slowing down, then eventually it stopped. Still going to church. Eventually, I get baptized. The end.
Entertainment, bitches, what? Bitches, entertainment.
Here today, gone tomorrow. Some shit hard to believe it. They say the good die young. We lost our faith in Jesus. Shed a tip for the homie. Kids won't see him for Christmas. No mama cooking on holidays. We ignore the season. Skeletons in the closet, shadow boxing with demons.
shadow boxing with demons.
Skeletons in the closet, shadow boxing with demons.
Shadow boxing with demons.
No stimulus check for a brother, child support broke his face. Dirty drink for corona, can't trust a handshake. No flu shot or vaccine, might lose your smell and taste. Short of breathing, don't wash your hand after pissing, no excuse you for sneezing.